Janice, how you doing? So I'm sure you guys are all aware by this time. It's a gentleman on the run, Robert R. Clark. He was in the Army Reserve. He was a petroleum specialist, which is hauling fuel. And he shot up, I think, in 3 different locations, and he killed 18 people so far as we know. And I think it's like 60 people that were hurt. I remember, this is a trucker, I have a different, viewpoint. When the San Bernardino shooting happened, and I remember when that happened, I was at a truck stop the next day, and these truckers were in there joking about it. They were talking about how, that area is a victim zone, and every time I was at a restaurant. That's, I don't eat those places very often, and that's one of the reasons why. Just joking about people dying who didn't deserve to die, and people tell me I'm too political. This is what I'm talking about. This is the world I live in. Is that they're very political. You can be non-political. They're very political in the way that, they are. You're not, but your enemies are. So anyway, this guy Robert R. Clark, he shot up 3 different locations, a bowling alley, another couple spots, and they're still looking for him. This happened last night on a radio scanner, and one of my first thoughts was, oh great, another Trumper, another white supremacist shooter. And later on that night, I was like, maybe I'm wrong, maybe that's wrong. And now we know. He was a Trump supporter. He voted on, he upvoted a lot of Tucker Carlson, Dinesh D'Souza posts, right-wing posts. My friend Denzel, we disagree on a lot of stuff. He's Trump, because he looks at the money side of it. He made money, I get it. And I was just thinking about, before this happened, I wanted to tell him this, that I respect that. And I understand how you see that. But I will never, ever forgive Trump for disuniting the country and alienating people and dividing the country the way he did, instead of there's things he could have done that wouldn't have cost him anything. I talked about it when George Floyd was murdered. He never humanized George Floyd. He went right to, when they started looting, we started shooting. He went right to it. And I talked about how, that to me is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. He never once tried to unite anything. When Charlottesville happened, what did he say? Robert E. Lee was a fine man. The chief of staff said that shit. I mean, that wasn't the place to say that. Whether you believe it or not, that wasn't the time or the place to say it. Appropriateness. It's every way along the line. If it wasn't outright criminality, Trump he was not fit to be, or to be in the, next year, the president. He just wasn't. And that's just how I see it. But the Tree of Life shooter, the MAGA bomber, the guy that went and had this shootout in Kentucky in front of that, it was a Kroger, and he shot 2 black people. He said he wanted to go into a black church and shoot that up, and another white man pulled a gun. He said whites don't shoot at whites. He said that. You had the shooting in Jacksonville recently. You had another shooting I'm thinking about. These things, and Republicans are like, well, that didn't happen under Trump. They don't get it. If you lay down trash and you leave, the trash is still there. The trash don't just go away on its own overnight. To me, this is more blood on the Trump hands. The shooting in New Zealand, the synagogue shooter, he thought Candace Owens went too far. He loved Trump and Candace Owens. So, to me, all these people are influenced by Trump. He influenced these people to do the things they did. And it's another reminder of what another 4 years of Trump would look like. It's chaos. I thought about the other day when Biden was talking about something. I said to myself, It's a weird feeling not having chaos every fucking week because of a fucking low-life individual occupant of the White House. Ain't that something to not have him talking about Kung Flu, to not have him making jokes about mentally disabled people, to not have him doing dumb shit, to not have him talking about drinking bleach and putting UV light up the body. I mean, what an idiot. What an idiot. And it's embarrassing to me that we're even talking about this man even being in the primaries. Period. It's embarrassing to me. You know, I like I said, this shooting, this shooter's unlawful flight to avoid prosecution. I'm sure at this point, 999. And I'm no doubt HRT's out there. I'm no doubt federal assets out there to get him. I hope he's caught without any further loss of life. I don't try to figure out why to do this stuff. The Buffalo shooting. You know, that was the first one that really scared me. This man drove 200 miles across a blue state, New York, to kill a bunch of elderly black people. And I heard right-wingers, well, the cop should have had a rifle. I think the cop was retired, man. I think he was like a retired policeman or something. And reading about the guy, he was trying to make an engine that ran on water, and you know, really brilliant guy. He was killed. For me, that scared me. And I hear Tucker Carlson say that, well, this is a guy in mock pseudo army equipment that killed 7 strangers, and he killed black people. He wrote the N-word on his fucking gun. He wrote, here's your reparations on the fucking gun. I knew that before I even got back to my apartment that afternoon. How Tucker Carlson did not know that. That's when I started to realize that, like, white people that say he's not racist or whatever, they're not racist, it brought it home to me that he doesn't have to be. He's irresponsible. And the way he views blacks and others who aren't white, they're not, you know, his voting base, it's dangerous. And that was for me, you know, understanding just how, you know, not follow mass shootings, but that Buffalo, I bought a vest. I bought a vest after. I didn't buy a place for it. I bought a vest. It's still happening. That scared me. And just to see how quickly America skipped over that, tell me something. If he crazy, why he gotta drive 200 miles across the state of New York to go do a crazy? Why couldn't he have went somewhere right in this town? You ain't crazy. You just low down. And his actions is terrorism. And he live streamed it to let the world know, to let the world see his hatred, to let everybody know I'm about it. I'm down with going after, you know, African Americans. I say it and I stand by it that Trump made America into a really dangerous place to be. No, he can't roll back gay marriage. I'm not even sure he can roll back birthright citizenship. I'm sure they're gonna try. They're gonna try. You're gonna see that come back up again. But he can make things a lot more dangerous for people like me. He can make things a lot more dangerous for people. And that's why we have to be out here. You can't be asleep. You can't stop caring. You can't.